Every year, the smallest country in Africa holds an international reunion. Most of these people attending the festival have probably never met before, but they will all share something in common: purest love for their motherland dearest, Africa. Also, the heritage which goes back to the days of slavery, a shameful trade which led to the separation of their true history, identity, cultural traditions, while preventing unity amongst them and the African continent. The people of the Gambia have come out to welcome their cousins from around the world. This is what brought these people more than 5,000 miles across the world, the true culture of Africa. The reunion creates an atmosphere in which sweet and sometimes bitter memories are revisited.
When you think about the numerous people that were kept here, it just seems that it's overwhelming that on such a small piece of land that so many people were enslaved. And it's kind of overwhelming to see.
But most importantly, it commences the evolvement of great friendship and partnership, creating more gateways for development.
We look forward to being here for so long. I've been working on the Roots Festival since last November when it was first introduced to us, and I've brought down quite a large delegation. There are at least approximately about 140 of us scattered throughout the several hotels. We are very privileged to be down here. A lot of us, it's our first time, and it's like a dream come true. A lot of the people are Afro-Americans and Afro-Caribbean descendants, and they want this to be their home. They're looking to put down some permanent roots, investment opportunities. We've come to, we have with us teachers, nurses. We'd like to be swapping ideas and helping people we can help and contributing to the Gambia and the developments. We look forward to coming back year after year with more and more people, and as I say, we're happy to be here.
It's educational and it's entertaining. This and much more is what the annual International Roots Festival entails. undoubtedly sees to the success of each annual festival is the President of the Republic of the Gambia, Shah Professor El-Hajj Dr. Yahya AJJ Jammeh, who officially inaugurated this event back in 1996, just 2 years after he assumed office. Among his invitees were Africans in the diaspora who, as seeing is believing, came to get a glimpse and a taste of the true Africa.
To our brothers and sisters from America, Latin America, the Caribbean and Europe, I would like to say, home at last. It's been a very long time, and we hope this time around, our next meeting will not take 300 years to occur. I pay tribute to the late Alex Haley who, after many years of diligent research, including several visits to the Gambia, published his book, The Roots, in 1975, narrating how he traced his forefathers to the village of Juffureh in the Gambia. Through this book and the subsequent television series, the eyes of the world followed the trials and tribulations of Haley's family from a rebellious African named Kunta Kinte.
After 12 years of research and writing, Alex Haley shaded light to the true story of African Americans. In 1975, he wrote the famous novel entitled Roots, which was later turned into a television series. The series was first aired on ABC TV in 1977. Roots received 37 Emmy Award nominations and won 9. Alex Haley discovered his roots in West Africa, the Gambia, in a small village called Juffureh. During your Roots pilgrimage to James Island in Juffureh, the ancestral home of Alex Haley, you'll have the opportunity to meet Alex Haley's sixth cousin, Kunta Kinte. The idea of renaming James Island has been in the minds of most people that visited the island over the past years.
I don't like to call it James Island because it's not James Island. I don't know what it called. That's why I said to the gentleman before, find the proper name.
But it was until Charles Guest gave his opinion that it was endorsed and decided.
I was brought to this island, and I went down in the little dungeon where they held the strongest Africans there, and I might add that a butterfly followed me on the boat all the way from Juffureh to here, just right by my side, that I found very symbolic and because I played with caterpillars when I was a boy, and so that was like the whole thing that was about to occur that I had no idea that was going to happen when I arrived on this island. When I went down in the one dungeon, tears started coming down, and I'm a 220-pound guy. I don't cry very easily, but I was deeply, deeply touched. And the thing that brought the tear, because I thought that these beautiful African strong men, how could that happen? And if it wasn't for guns and evil ideas, it wouldn't. And that caused me to sort of like break down. But when I came out of there, I was reborn, as that butterfly showed me that I was going to morph into a very voiceful person. I would never be able to stand here and even speak to you before, but I have a message, and that message is it was depicted in my paintings, but now I found the strength to say that this is no longer James Island. This is from this day on Kunta Kinte Island. I said that, and I took that message to His Excellency, Your Excellency, His Excellency Yahya Jammeh, and now I see all of this happening, which is so beautiful. Everyone coming together, doing their part, and the idea was it was in the air for sure. But for me to come out of there and voice that, and to be standing here now with the beginnings of this sculpture that I created in New York City and brought on the airplane, unfinished, to be on this island is nothing but a blessing from Allah.
The occasion today is indeed historic and significant for two reasons. Firstly, we are here on a spiritual and cultural pilgrimage to pay homage to Kunta Kinte. and his descendants. Secondly, we are today on the threshold of reaching yet another milestone in Gambian history, that is the renaming of James Island. James Island epitomized the darkest days of the transatlantic slave trade. It was the last port of call on African soil for millions of Africans, rudely abducted by the ruthless. Indeed, as alluded to by my Deputy Permanent Secretary before, if this island was able to speak about the atrocities committed against Africans from the time of its inception in 1456 to the mid-19th century, the tale will be too horrendous to listen to. However, we still know a lot about the island's role in the evil trade, and over the years, a lot has been done to document, preserve, and disseminate it to the public. This culminated in the island's inscription into the prestigious UNESCO World Heritage List in 2003 because of its outstanding universal value to humankind. By renaming James Island, we wish to keep alive the memory of Kunta Kinte and all the millions of African slaves who have passed through it on their way to the Americas as slaves.
I would also hereby officially declare that James Island, as from today, Sunday, the 6th of February 2011, is renamed Kunta Kinte Island.
On Sunday, the 6th of February 2011, the island was renamed to Kunta Kinte Island to keep alive the memory of the brave Kunta Kinte, the great-grandfather of Alex Haley. Ethnic diversity has undoubtedly given the Gambia a unique identity. The people of the Gambia are drawn from more than 10 common tribes, each tribe with its own language, each with its own rich tradition and a history with which they can trace their ancestries. Even though their upbringing may seem different from the way other African descendants were brought up in the diaspora, there always remains that sense of similarity and familiarity amongst all.
You do feel like you come home, because everybody's saying welcome home, welcome home. And then we found certain Jamaican things that we say, like I've been learning farmers and family, and the things they're coming out with, I'm thinking that's Jamaican. You know, lots of words that, well, it could be that way from here.
The forthcoming International Roots Festival will be marked by loads of mind-blowing and memorable events. You'll be taken on a pilgrimage to Kunta Kinte Island, where you'll see vestiges of the slave trade, a trip down memory lane, and don't be surprised if you tear out during the entire tour.
Yeah, I think I share that sentiment, you know, being in that little room where they said they kept bad slaves who wouldn't cooperate until they got, you know, docile or passive or whatever, until they could put them on the ship. You know, just kind of speaks to the cruelty of the whole thing. It makes it more real. You know, we think about it in the abstract, being Americans, you know, but being here gives us the opportunity to just kind of flesh that out and really appreciate the inhumanity of it, I guess. So it's been a good experience for us.
The spiritual journey will also take you through a heritage trail that leads to San Domingo, a former Portuguese settlement where the occupiers had their gardens and symmetry. You'll be entertained with African music, food, cultural performances, among many other activities. In addition to the friendliness and cultural activities you'll enjoy from the Gambian people, you'll be well taken care of in good quality hotels. The accommodations are designed to give you maximum relaxation, an unforgettable experience. Participate in Roots Redemption Day. Registration is now being accepted. If you would like to attend, please visit our website at rootsgambia.gm for more details. Come home, reconnect, reaffirm your African heritage, rediscover your roots, and be at one with your people. The 11th International Roots Festival, 9th to 17th of May, 2014. We're happy to welcome you home.
Very fond memories of the Gambia people as they are right now, and the friendliness and the love that they have shown, and the historical feelings from the ancestors and whatnot, and memories that I'd like to come back and return and tell other people to come back so they can have that same experience. Because going back home and telling people